And another thing that I thought of when I drove into town, I saw a billboard for like an adventure park. I guess somebody in Valdosta knows it, Wild Adventures or something. And the first thing I thought was like, I wonder if Kendrick went there with friends and family. Somewhere he used to enjoy. I don't know what it is. Maybe like a theme park or a river raft adventure. I don't know. It was Wild Adventures, I think it was called. Thinking of all the things he missed. Or things he did, and now things that he'll never get to do again. What's going on, everybody? How you doing today? Here I am in Valdosta, Georgia. Small town about 2 hours south of Macon, just above the Florida line, about an hour or so, roughly. I've been driven through Valdosta before. I've never really walked around or seen too much of it. It's a beautiful, beautiful little town, southern town here in Georgia. I'm here to talk about the death of Kendrick Johnson, 17 years old, January 11th, 2013. When I read that date, when I was doing the research for this, I feel like this case just happened yesterday. It's odd to me that it's been 11 years. I read so much about it when it happened. If you had told me it was 3 or 4 years ago, I would have believed you. It's been 11 years. Kendrick, KJ, he's somewhat known, sadly, as the boy in the wrestling mat. And there's a lot of theories about what happened to him. There's a lot of stories. There's been documentaries made. I'm here to visit Kendrick. I'm here to visit his grave. I'm going to tell you the story of Kendrick, what happened to him. That's what I want to concentrate on. Kendrick, the person. What happened to him was tragic, horrific, sad, and his grave is right over here. I've already passed it, and we're going to talk about what happened to Kendrick and pay our respects. Let's go. So I believe his grave is right up here. I did pass it, but I drove down quite a bit. This is a very, very big cemetery. There is not, I didn't find any information. I just found some pictures of his grave online and matched it up with the trees and that building in the background. I believe that's a university. And it's a huge cemetery. Like it's very, very big. But with that distinct building in the background, I was able to find where Kendrick is resting. And I hope resting peacefully. Kendrick Johnson was a 17-year-old high school sophomore. He was found dead inside of a rolled-up gym mat at Lowndes High School in the gymnasium. I'm going to insert some shots. I drove onto the high school property yesterday just at dusk. I got into town and I didn't want to, this is morning now, I didn't want to film at the high school during the day, obviously with students going in and out. It is a school day, so I went afterwards, but there's still students going in and out and also parents and things going on at the school. There's some sort of event, and so I just kind of got the shots I wanted to get, and just to give you general show you what the high school looks like. It is huge. It is one of the hugest high schools I've ever seen, and I've already kind of lost where I thought Kendrick was. I think I overstepped by quite a bit. Kendrick's right back here. State and local officials ruled that Kendrick suffocated after purportedly reaching for a pair of sneakers inside the mat and getting stuck. Now, I know that he shared a pair of sneakers with a fellow student, and like a lot of students said, they didn't want to pay for lockers, so they just stored their stuff kind of, I guess, around school. An autopsy by the Georgia Bureau of Investigation. They ruled that his cause of death was accidental positional asphyxia. And the case was ruled an accidental death by the county sheriff's office here. His parents never believed that. His parents asked why the autopsy report did not mention bruising to their son's chin that responding paramedics put in their initial report. Kendrick's right up here, straight ahead. As a result, they got a court order to exhume Kendrick's body and paid for an independent autopsy, which concluded that his cause of death was blunt force trauma to the right neck and soft tissues, and suggested that his death was not accidental. Here's where it gets a little... there are a lot of photos online of Kendrick after his body was found and after the exhumation, I believe. They are grotesque and horrific, and not the way Kendrick should be remembered. I'm not inserting them here. I'm inserting photos of Kendrick with a smile. Kendrick, full of youth. Crime scene photos are a few, and security camera footage. It's a really deep dive you can do into this case, and lots of stuff, lots of news reports. And if you want to dig deeper, I suggest you do. But be prepared if you're going to look at those photos that they are sad. Very sad. When his body was exhumed, they discovered that Kendrick's body and skull had been stuffed with newspaper before burial. This gruesome finding, it only increased their anguish and further fueled their skepticism of the original official findings. Now, during an autopsy, internal organs are routinely removed and examined, but then they're usually put back into the body. However, the private pathologist who conducted the second autopsy said that the brain, heart, lungs, liver, and every other organ from the pelvis to the skull were all missing. Now, I read that the initial pathologist who did the autopsy, initial autopsy, said that the organs were beyond repair and decomposition, and so they were disposed of, and so his body, that's why his body was stuffed with newspaper. The family's attorney said, and I quote, "We anticipate that there may be evidence that his death was a cover-up, or at least the fact that he died as a result of something other than an accident." So these circumstances regarding Kendrick's death led to an endless amount of conjecture, conspiracies, and allegations. And people are still calling for the investigation into his death to be reopened. I got the information for this. I searched online for the best place to kind of get a general overview of the case. Stanford University had a good article that I searched I searched online for a while to find the best way to present this case, in terms of not going too deep into what people think happened, who they think was involved, what they think happened to him, because there's talk of students beating him up, placing him in the mat, that sort of thing. Hi. Lady just walked by me. said hello. We were talking for a moment. She's just off camera there. And sorry, what I was saying. Gosh. So I looked online. I found an article that kind of gave a brief overview of the case. And there is so much. Who knows? I don't think we're ever going to know now whatever really happened to Kendrick, or if the official reports are what happened. He accidentally fell into the mat, face down. He was shorter than 6 feet. They were standing vertically in the corner of the gym and went to retrieve his shoes. One fell in the middle, and there was a shoe found at the bottom, and he reached down further and further in and then couldn't get out and suffocated. That's the official ruling. And like I said, there are other things that people say about what happened to him. I'm here to pay tribute to Kendrick, show my respect that I've been here by leaving a rock that I do, which is a Jewish tradition. And it's very, very difficult to find rocks, nice rocks, in this part of Georgia. I've had trouble. Bigger ones, there's small ones everywhere. This one has some sparkling flecks in it, so that's why I chose that one. I've got the basketball shoe. Like I said, you can tell my lack of, if it's not hockey, I'm kind of out of my element. Could be a football shoe. Number 7, number 25, Kendrick KJ Johnson, October 10th, 1995 to January 10th, 2013. He didn't make it to 18. Kendrick Lamar Johnson, October 10th, 1995 to January 10th, 2013. I'm going to be one of the greatest, KJ. And Psalm 23 is written here on his grave. I'll read it. It's a very, very sad grave. And I think there was a photo here of him that's not here anymore, and that's heartbreaking, and I hope it gets replaced. The Lord is my shepherd, I shall not want. He maketh me to lie down in green pastures. He leadeth me beside the still waters. He restoreth my soul. He leadeth me in the paths of righteousness for his name's sake. Yea, though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I will fear no evil, for thou art with me. Thy rod and thy staff, they comfort me. Thou preparest a table before me in the presence of mine enemies. Thou anointest my head with oil, my cup runneth over. Surely goodness and mercy shall follow me all the days of my life, and I will dwell in the house of the Lord forever. "17. When I drove by the school, there were some students walking, and it's, like I said, it's been 11 years. Kendrick would have been 27, 28, and I was just thinking, all of his classmates and friends, contemporaries, they've now gone through college, university. They may have families and kids of their own, and it was heartbreaking to think of that whatever it was, a freak accident, something more sinister, whatever. I'm not making a judgment. I'm not coming to a conclusion. I'm not here to investigate. Whatever it was, he was robbed of his life. And another thing that I thought of when I drove into town, I saw a billboard for like an adventure park. I guess somebody in Valdosta knows what, Wild Adventures or something. And the first thing I thought was, I was like, I wonder if Kendrick went there with friends and family. Somewhere he used to enjoy. I don't know what it is. Maybe like a theme park or a river raft adventure. I don't know. It was Wild Adventures, I think it was called. Thinking of all the things he missed, or things he did, and now things that he'll never get to do again. My video about Kendrick. It's right here. There. You can write in the comments. I'm sure if you see this video, there's going to be speculation and things about what they think happened to Kendrick, and there could be debates. All I ask as the person who made this video is be kind to KJ, be kind to Kendrick, and to his grieving family and friends. Thank you for watching, everybody. Rest in peace, KJ. I'm gonna be one of the greatest. It's what it says. Thanks for watching. This is a tough story when it's someone this young. Always is, and I want to show you Kendrick's grave because this story was huge. It was everywhere. People trying to figure out what happened to this poor boy. I hope one day we find out. We may not. Rest in peace, KJ. Peace out.